That's
All right.
your cue, Julian.
BBR episode. I had a mouthful of mac and cheese. We got
Good
BBR
timing.
episode
Good
147. Oh yeah. We got Order from Chaos with Stillbirth Machine, their debut album from 1992, I believe.
Holy shit.
Yeah, enough about them. What's up? What's been with you? What's up? How's it been with you?
How's it been with me?
Yeah,
We haven't heard from you in a while.
since
Like
the last
we
time
have
you've
in
been
real
on.
life, but not on the show.
In real life, but not on the show.
Yeah,
What have I been up to
correct.
since?
The last time.
Well, let's see. The
What
last.
can you tell the
I've-
pigs? Because they know you. Somebody bought something.
What can I tell the
recently.
pigs? Well,
Pretend
somebody-
you're
Okay,
talking
last
to
time-
me. I don't know what's going on with you.
okay. Well, let's see. Since the last time I was on here, I joined Galicia on bass and
Right.
secondary vocals.
That's
So
how
Big
we.
bros
So
now.
doing that-
Big bro, little bro.
That's how we know you.
Exactly. Yeah. You Tore My Pros is pretty much on hiatus. We put out 2 full lengths. Flesh
Yeah,
Mangled
because
is
fuck
like
that screamo shit, you know.
true. Flesh Mangled is like I don't know.
Yo, fuck
Not
that.
my problem right
that
now.
YN BDM shit.
That but actually, bro, it's over. And then me and Paul have a black metal project called Kravazek,
Use my alias, bro.
and I also have. Oh, me and Swallower. Oh shit, me and Swallower of Spitting Sands here.
That's we're gonna say something else.
Ixnay
And then,
on the Amnay.
And then I with an ex-Flesh Mangled member and a member of another band, we have a war metal like noise kind of project working on right now called Anthropomancy. So that's most of what I've been up to. I started making YouTube videos again kind of recently as well. I did
With the new
my
haircut.
top 10 with the new haircut, yeah.
With the Leon Resident Evil haircut.
Exactly. I'm like Jimmy from the block, but like I don't know, I'm from like the West Coast.
Mortal Decay.
Mortal Decay, Scattered Remnants.
The most evil.
I like the name Anthropomancy though. That's great.
Yeah,
Chaos Magic.
it's a sick name.
Gotta give you some propomancies for that.
That was really cool.
Excellent work. So, where did I leave off? Oh, videos. Yeah, I did my top 10 favorite war metal albums recently. Looks like that got some decent reception. So, gonna
your,
keep going at it with like the longer kind of videos like that. So,
your first steps
Fun
away
stuff.
from BDM on the channel, right? Besides the Screamo top 10.
well, like in the early days of my channel, when I was like a fucking kid, I didn't even talk about BDM like at all. Like I would just make videos about like old school death metal and like black metal, but that's before I like edited videos or anything. Like I was just like a
You're
dumb
still
kid.
a fucking kid, bro.
Well, when I was a minor,
You're a baby.
Oh wow.
yeah. Which is crazy because now like every BDM band they're like that old. But anyways,
So it's your fault
Fucking-
all the YNs are into BDM, and now it's going to be your fault that all the YNs are going to be into war metal. It's going to be like the next Zoomer thing. It's all going to be your fault.
maybe I should stop. Honestly, I should just not promote anything. I think I said that in the video when I was showing Sacramentary Abolishment. So I was like, this album is so good, like. You know, it deserves more recognition. Well, actually, maybe it shouldn't because it should be gate kept,
So
but
cool,
it's
you
really
should kill
good though.
yourself.
Yeah. Never do something like cool before it becomes cool, like ever. It's like the worst advice you could ever, or the worst thing you could ever do.
And if you do, don't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because then you're that guy, and you go, I did that before it was cool. And then they look at you and go, nobody cares.
Yeah, they look at you and they're like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, yeah,
Oh, this guy.
yeah, exactly. Then you just look annoying.
No, bro. We started Vortec.
I don't. That'll never take off. Although I
Now
have seen
we
some
did more
comments
to
where it's
imagine,
like,
bro.
yeah, I've seen some comments from Julian's thing. He's like, it's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody commented something about Tech BDM and someone responded and they were like, nah, War Tech over Tech BDM. And I'm like, was it someone who just listens to you guys' show? Because, like, how did that get out? Like, that's crazy. But War Tech will become a thing.
All right.
It's been a thing, just doesn't have a label.
Oh,
But,
my spine.
Hit a quick
I don't know what else I
E5.
really have to share as of right now.
Nothing on your mind these days, Julian?
The
What's grinding your gears? We want to hear that.
what grinds my gears?
Yeah, what's grinding your gears?
Well, I was late. I was late because my this class I have to take, this like physics lab. I don't know why it's like required as like a music major in college, but it's like
Yep.
physics of sound. And
Yeah, you gotta learn about vibration.
I don't know why my group, we get like broken equipment every single time when we have to do a lab, and like our professor's like, your numbers are all incorrect, and it's like, yeah, because our shit's broken, and then he like, makes us redo it with a knot. Yeah, and then he makes us. But that's literally what happened. Like we had to like vibrate like a string or was, so our numbers were all fucked up, and we had to redo it like 3 times, and it was just a nightmare. So I'm like half an hour late for that reason. What else grinds my gears? I think just like, I mean, I shouldn't say this because like when I was a kid, I was like posting brutal death metal, but I just think how widespread it's become with young people is kind of insane. Like to the point where it's like cringe. Like when we saw Regurgitation and Brodekin the other day, dude, like the whole crowd, like I feel like a good 70% of the people there were like under 18, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, how about you start with Metallica? Like where are your parents? Like what happened, bro? Like why are you pretending to like Enmity at like 16, dude? Like I didn't even like that when I was like getting into brutal death metal at that age. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. It's just these kids who get into brutal death metal from like meme pages or like fucking rappers wearing like their t-shirts, and it's just like fucking retarded.
See, now we got this guy fired.
I don't like when I like something, it shouldn't become popular. I have really no like actual justification for why it makes me mad. It's just like, why is this popular with this like corny demographic?
I think that's what makes us happy is like the shit we like, nobody will ever like, and it will never be popular. So
Fair enough.
It's like, and we understand that. So it's like,
Well,
all right, we can rest easy.
Yeah, well, that's what
The
it felt like to
BBR
me.
podcast
Like,
will go nowhere. Rest easy. No, I'm just kidding.
that's what brutal death metal felt like to me. Like 7 or 8 years ago. So I was like, oh, like normies will never ruin this. Like this is like the best thing ever. Because I liked that because no one liked it, and it was like cool and like, you know, had a lot of layers of depth to it musically and was like interesting. But it was like not viable to like, or not commercially viable in any way whatsoever. But like, I don't know, like I guess memes and like all these like shitty hardcore bands pretending to be slam bands kind of changed that. And now you have like just like a bunch of children like saying they listen to like Orchidectomy and shit, and it's like, bro, what is going on? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it is cool now. Social media has made all this shit accessible, I guess. I mean, when me and Paul were in high school,
Yeah.
even something like popular death metal, say like Amon Amarth, for example, that still wasn't cool. Like, it was bigger,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like popular among anybody you knew, really.
Yeah, no one thought to rode the boat in the concert, so.
Yeah. 'Cause I think the first thing that like actually did get popular in a lame way was probably just black metal, and when like the hipster, what would you even call that? Like the Cascadian
like the-
type of
when,
stuff.
like,
Like
the-
Wolves in the Throne Room probably started that whole thing.
There's I feel like there was 2 waves of that. First there was like the Vice type of black metal with like your Death Heaven, your Wolves in the Throne Room, etc. And then
Yeah,
like
that
a
was
few
the first
years
time it
later,
did
then
get,
like the Lords of Chaos movie.
Infiltrated.
Then like the Lords of Chaos movie came out, and now it's like a TikTok thing. And you have like these like kids wearing like corpse paint to like not like shows that aren't even black metal. Not that it would be any less cringe if they wore it to a black metal show, but you'll see kids pull up to like a local like I don't know, some shitty backyard punk show, and they're like dressed up like fucking Euronymous or Dead or something. It's like, what are you doing? Like, but
It's
yeah.
always painful.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice any kids at that fucking brutal death metal show, to be honest. I feel like I wasn't even looking at anybody. I was like,
Really?
yeah, I wasn't even paying attention.
There were so many. They were everywhere.
You should have seen like
Some kid walked up to me, like asked me to sign his CD. So I did. And, you know, he's a friendly kid, but he was like, "Hey, I saw you in this like cringe compilation on YouTube," and I was like, "What?" And like I looked it up when I got home. Because I was like curious. I'm like, what did I do that was like cringe? I thought, oh, maybe they probably like screen capped like an awkward moment in one of my
Why
videos
am
where I
I
like
cringe?
stutter or like some bullshit. You know, that'd be funny. And yeah, why am I cringe? What did I do? And it's just a regular video of me like on stage with Flesh Mingle. Like there's like nothing about it that is like cringe. So I don't know. I don't know who I pissed off, but I thought that was funny.
Like you didn't know Flesh Mangle, we just knew the cringe compilation.
No, he knew Flesh Mangle because he had me sign his Flesh Mangled CD.
Yeah, dude, fucking.
But I guess he was like, "Yeah, I saw you in a cringe compilation too." I was like, okay.
Bro, that guy looked like one of like the avatars you have in like the VR Meet game. He was like some Filipino kid and shit.
Yeah.
And he had like an idle
funny.
animation of like just like I don't know, just like jolly. Shit was funny.
Yeah. Shout out that guy who bought the Flesh Bengal flag that like gave us free beer. That was cool. That was
Cool
pretty
guy.
funny.
I was gonna say to Paul, like, yeah, that's the way it's been going these days. Like, I showed up to that brutal death metal show a little before 9, left a little before 11:30. Same thing happened at Josh's. I'm just like, it's like fucking going quick these days. Like I can only handle a little bit of so much. You know what I mean?
Well, hopefully it's not like that for practice. We're gonna be there at like 7, and then Dan's gonna roll up at 8 or like 9.
Roll up at 9, leave before 11.
Raph's like, yeah, Raph's gonna talk to you.
Raph's like, that was a perfect rehearsal. Like,
Nah, we'll get it done. I'll maybe maybe I'll stay sober. Who knows? It's not likely, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I feel like I've been getting like drunk quick lately. It sounded like Fredward was gonna say
I don't
something.
remember. I mean, the last time I
taking a
remember you being
swig.
really drunk at
Oh, a
practice.
swig. Flonkers.
The last time I remember you being really drunk at practice was when we got that recording of song 4, and like we were listening back to it, and like your guitar was like all you hear, but it was like a little off. But I think that was like a few practices ago.
Yeah, I think that's all we need to do. We just need to perfect that one, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Fred, did you hear that volcano fucking that 1984? What is it, like the Denville on the roof or whatever?
Devil on the roof. I don't
It's-
know
yeah,
how
it's-
they got a. I don't know how they got a typo on that, but Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Denville on the roof, devil on the roof.
I have that reissue of Anthropophagy that has those same tracks of the demo on it. It's like the first, I don't know, 5 tracks or something. Mm-hmm. And I've never heard the rest of it. But it's fucking awesome.
There's like 2 or 3 songs missing.
Yeah. And it looks like they can't actually like find them or something. I don't know. Like I've never seen them published anywhere, and there's no timestamps available anywhere. I don't know what's going on with that.
I saw that they only I saw somewhere that they only made like 4 copies of that originally.
Yeah, I remember when
So it's very possible that that they're just lost forever.
I mean, if they're lost, how did they get those first 5 tracks? Like, they've got to be somewhere.
Yeah, where are the other 2? How come they're not anywhere?
Yeah. I don't know.
Either way, that thing's pretty crazy for 1984.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa. It's like precursor. It's like the perfect bridge from heavy metal to like black and death metal. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. No,
Or
it's
even
a
to, like,
really cool
thrash.
sounding demo.
Yeah. You guys should check that out if you haven't before.
All right, well, do you guys have any other things you want to get off your chest? Maybe some like bass player drama or something like that. Like,
Bass player drama.
yeah.
Bass player drama. Bass player drama. Which bass player?
I think he's talking about Marco.
Hear it out, bro. Adam.
I mean, we
I see.
jammed with him for the first time in like 3 months the other day. We got to learn one song,
Yo, so if
and
any,
then
if
he
any,
couldn't make it last practice, so I don't know.
Yo, so this is a wanted ad. If any piggies know how to play the 4 strings, come on down.
Like I said, you guys don't need a bass player. Julian can just do that.
Yeah.
You guys don't plan on doing shows anyways,
Well, I
right?
did on the not right now. I might be open to it like later down the road, but not right now. But like
Yeah, you
I
guys
did
are.
based on the promo though, and that was like super easy.
Yeah, you guys are dreaming of the Kralsek shows. Each of you. I haven't had mine yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
I
I've had
did. Yeah,
multiple
I did.
dreams about playing Kralsek live.
Yeah, I dreamt that Galicia played live, but I couldn't find my stage pants and I missed it. And then we couldn't
Go on
and then
stage in the gym shorts.
we couldn't play. And, like we didn't get to play and then Kralzek played it, and Vince was on vocals.
Vince
then-
on vocals.
and
That's
then-
crazy.
Wasn't it Fat Josh on bass?
That sounds right. I think that's what it was.
No, we need Rob on vocals. It'll be like the Ice Frost collab.
Making himself scarce. Dealing with like DUI shit.
Oh yeah, true. Oh, in the chat, yeah, he was like, "I'm supposed to not drink for like 18 months or something. I'm just gonna lie to them." Bro, don't give a fuck.
Yeah, breathalyzer. I don't know what they can do.
They have that installed on the bus.
The bus, yeah, I was
You
gonna
have a
say.
breathalyzer. You're like you have to be. You're not. You're not allowed to be drunk on the bus. My
That's what he
boy's
has to
drinking
do
on the
instead of,
my
like,
boy's
tapping a
posting
card or
that he's
something.
drinking on the bus. That's pretty good. Yeah, I guess we can move on. I mean, we didn't really have anything planned. We're late. It's about that time anyways.
All right.
All right, Julian, I know you probably did a little bit of preparing for this. I didn't much. I listened to Stillbirth Machine a couple times this week, but that was about it for me.
Are we breaking or going right into it? I feel
Yeah. We'll go on a quick little break so I can eat more chicken. We'll come back in 10.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
All right, we are back, and we just got a little deeper into Juju Gonzalez. He's just walking with his bro as of late. Dude's
Yeah,
walking.
you can be featured on Dudes Walking to
I hope
Shakies.
so.
I think
Boots are made for walking.
he mainly does videos on the strip of Las Vegas. Like if you ever notice the background.
Really? Yeah, we all
I-
gotta have like a band trip to
And
Las
Walmart.
Vegas.
Yeah, Walmart in
Walmart.
Vegas, and different like little bars. I see him in bars sometimes too.
Got to go to Vago, just lurk down the strip.
Featured.
There was something I was gonna read to Fred, a comment from that volcano devil on the roof. Where was this comment? Somebody says, "Nah, don't like this. Very different from their first album." Then again, the first album is very different from the second album. I never like bands that change their sound with every release. I like the first album though, so I'll stick with that. Somebody replies, "Nobody cares." I like that. That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Nah, no one cares, bro.
Like who comments on a demo and goes, "Nah, don't like this." Okay.
Angel.
Nah, I didn't like that. Yeah, that's an Angel comment. I think that's why I left Funeral Smoke because I kept hearing that. Nah, I didn't like that. Okay, fine. Well, I'm leaving. Bye.
Galicia is just the yes man. Yeah, we like that. We like that.
Yeah.
Paul, you're a
Well,
no
not
man. You
always, 'cause
give me the
song
no
four.
no sometimes. Julian gives me
Yeah,
the
we had
no
to
no.
rewrite Song 4. I mean,
Rafty.
I won't take it hard. I won't take it hard. But
Pause.
gotta be respectful.
I've never understood people who like spend time commenting on things they don't like.
yeah, that's crazy. Like,
They have nothing better to do. A few weeks ago, I posted the Midwinter album, Sight of the Apocalypse Dragon, and one guy came on and posted twice about how he didn't like it, and I'm like, this. It seems like you need something else to do.
I don't like this. I don't like that you posted this, Fred. This makes me distrust your judgment. That's what he meant to
This
say.
guy posted, generic as all get out, Sonic wallpaper. And then someone else posted, peak black metal. And they respond, are you serious right now? So generic. I'm like, this guy has a major hate on for this album. Like,
yo, that reminds me of somebody who I posted
Hey,
about
Dom.
this. This guy commented on my war metal like top 10 war metal albums video, he commented about Abysmal Lord. He was like, Abysmal Lord. Well, first of all, he complained that I didn't have Goat Penis on my list, which is funny because I almost put Goat Penis instead of Abysmal Lord. But then he says, Abysmal Lord is, I don't understand the hype about them. I've seen them 4 times live and they sucked every time. It's like, why would you go to see a band that you don't like 4 times?
He
That's
said one
like-
more time. Let me see.
One more time,
Yeah.
maybe it'll change.
Maybe the set's different.
Well, the guy
I mean,
said- the
just
guy said,
just to play devil's advocate, I've seen Blood Incantation 3 times, and like I don't hate them, but like I don't need to see them anymore. But I saw them once when they headlined, and that was the first time seeing them. I'm like, all right, I don't need to do that again. But then they kept
suck.
opening for other bands I wanted to see. I'm like, guys, you guys need to find a new opener.
Just go away.
A real smart
Yeah, I
ass
mean,
would
like-
say, "You're going to the wrong shows, Fred," but I'm not going to say that.
The strange thing is, this guy said,
But like of all
This
of
guy
all the
said-
bands they found to open for Emperor, Blood Incantation, really? Like, come on. How
That's
cool would it have
something
been to
that
get like
bugs me.
Enslaved or Hellheim or something?
Galicia's,
Okay.
Galicia's right around the corner. I mean, we could have opened too.
Yeah.
True.
That's it.
That's something that bugs me about show lineups nowadays. It's always some mixed fucking bag of the lineup where it's like you have like a death metal band and then like a black metal band, or like it's like just get bands of the same genre, dude.
Now we want bands of a different genre, bro.
I don't mind the mix. I mean,
We want Stormer from Finland. Remember, Storm of Aggression.
that one show where I did see Blood Incantation, they opened for Gorguts and then Mayhem and then Cannibal Corpse. It's a weird mix, but you know what? I like all of them, so I
Gorguts
didn't
and
really
Mayhem
care.
is so weird.
I think the most offensive mixed up genres show that I went to was Sodom with the opener of Fintroll. The fuck is that?
That's weird.
That
you have,
sounds
like,
awesome.
a whole bunch of,
Actually,
like-
I'm not even. I wouldn't complain about that.
I did at the time because I didn't like Fintroll.
I don't like the hump
What
polka
a
music.
weird fucking crowd. Like half the show is these old metalheads in jean jackets, and the other half are these like morons with like drinking horns that attached to their belt and wearing fur. I'm like, what am I doing with my life being here?
One time I saw Defeated Sanity and like touring with them with Skeletal Remains, and you could tell who was there for which band because all the dudes there for Skeletal Remains, it was like fat dudes wearing like, you know, like battle vests or whatever and like skinny jeans and they're like white high tops. And then the crowd for Defeated Sanity is just a bunch of dudes with like baggy cargo pants and like hoodies. Like, it's funny.
Skeletal Remains is Bugman metal.
Dude, they fucking sucked too. They spent forever setting up, and like their main guy kept complaining about the sound or something, like he couldn't hear his vocals. Defeated Sanity didn't sound check or anything. They just set their shit up, and then they went right into like Stoned and Defiled, and it was like fucking perfect.
That's how you have to do it. If you're going on stage, you can't say shit. Just go. The
Yeah.
sound guy figures that out on the way. You see.
Right?
I think they had a fog machine they never used at that show, Skeletal Remains. Like they spent all this time testing it, and I didn't see it go off once.
Fog Machine
I
is
don't mind
overused.
Skeletal Remains though. I have a couple of their albums. They're generic, but they're listenable.
Yeah,
I feel like they're unlistenable because they're so generic.
I wouldn't go
heard-
that far. They're like just
When I was in-
they're just pestilence worship.
when I was in high school, I heard, what was the album? I think it was called Devouring Mortality when it came out, and I was like, oh, this is so cool because it sounds like old school death metal. And then like, as a few years went by, my opinion just kind of soured, and I was like, this is kind of lame.
Hey Fred,
Less and less fun to worship bands.
I think I beat your Mayhem weird, or no, your Sodom Fintroll weird lineup. I saw Mayhem open, or like just play this Primavera Sound Festival, so it's like a whole mix of different genres. And the day I
Pasta
went,
Primavera.
yeah, the day I went, it was 9 Inch Nails, the band, the softcore band Low, Mayhem, and then like Machine Girl, and like all this, like it was just like one of those weird genre mix concerts. And I think right before that was like some reggaeton artist going off, Paloma Mami.
Oh, this
Okay.
isn't as
Papilloma.
crazy. This isn't as crazy as that, but the first concert I ever went to when I was like 12 or 13, I think I was 13, was Lamb of God was the headliner.
Fire.
Anthrax played right before them, so I was like, okay, that makes sense that those two bands are on the same.
Styro ass bands.
It was an awful lineup. The two openers, Dude, wait till you hear this. The two openers were Death Heaven and Power Trip.
Oh man.
Why bother going to a show like that? Well, you did say you were pretty young, so I guess you
I
get a
was like a
pass.
kid. I just wanted to see Anthrax because I liked like thrash at the time. I was like barely getting into metal.
You don't want to see.
I liked Anthrax too. I'm guilty of this.
You didn't want to see the log.
They were honestly, Lamb of God is good. Like I'll stand by that live.
The log.
Their albums suck. Like their albums suck, but live they're actually pretty good.
The music video Redneck.
The music video Ruin. It's good.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It was really strange.
Good drum solo in there.
Seeing Death Heaven and Anthrax back to back, that just made like zero sense. Like, who was in charge of like organizing that? Like,
Scott just
Ian was in charge of that.
he was just
Who's
shaking
in
his
charge of
head.
letting Death Heaven play to begin with?
Oof.
Too harsh.
But yeah. Anyway, let's get into our reason of being here and our nicknames.
All right, have Julian raise his volume so he can be louder. We
Yep.
need to hear his speaking voice.
how do I do this?
Just speak louder.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back from the test icicles, and we're just gonna get into our nicknames. So I'm Odor from Chaos, and Fred picked up on this. We were just on the same wavelength. Order Form Chaos. We got Lipton. And
Couldn't think of anything because I knew Julian like brisk. I'm like T Lipton. It just came to my mind.
No, you know who couldn't think of anything?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yeah, you
It
did.
was Julian.
Yeah, you did better than Julian because his nickname is Julian.
I'm just Julian.
Lowercase
All
J.
right.
Think of anything clever, fast enough.
Lowercase J.
Wait, is that an I or a J? Yeah, it's a J. Lowercase J.
Yeah, it's a
Looks a little
lowercase
weird.
J.
Yeah, it does look a little weird.
It looks cut off. There's no
Iulian.
curve.
Oh, it's my friend Iulian.
Iulian.
Should have had your name to the chosen one.
The chosen one.
Your name by Black Josh.
Yeah, he's like he's the
that's right,
chosen
yeah.
one.
True.
But yeah. So Julian, he was, he knows we're BBR. He's begging. He's like, "Yo, let's do Order from Chaos, like big bros, please, please, please." And then I was like, "Bro, don't you got your own channel?" Like,
What do you need us for?
but the way I wrote down that bit was like the crying face emoji, so it makes it look a little funnier like that. Don't you
It's
got?
literally funnier on paper.
Don't you got your?
That was funnier on paper.
Don't you have your own channel, little bro?
Go home to your family, dude.
Oh shit!
my channel is so lonely.
They got the squad coughing.
Yeah.
Whole squad coughing.
But yeah,
Never go to a Josh party. Small talk central, dude.
Yosh.
yeah, not built for that.
I'm not built for that either. I'm not that guy.
We just
I
gotta.
have to be this guy.
Yeah, I'm built for the conversation that happens once a week that just picks up from where it was last week.
True. I think that's the big problem. That's maybe one of the big factors. It's like you don't see these people that often, and then when you do, it always has to be this. How are you? It's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
every time, every year. But once a week, I can just be like, hey, what's up? Back the fuck up, man. And be like that.
Be like, remember that band I showed that we were talking about last time?
Yeah, be like,
Yeah,
Fred, Volcano, dude. Be like, the fucking devil on the roof. If I say it to a normal person, they'll walk away.
Yeah, there's foundation here, so
That's what happened with Allison's friend. She was talking to me, and then she walked away, and Kyle's like, dude, he's like, she yours for the night? I'm like, she walked away. What are you talking about? Julian's like, read the room.
other Julian.
Yeah, I didn't realize Kyle was standing behind me the whole time.
I don't think I'm ever going to say the word devil again. It's just Denville from now on.
Denville.
Hey, you guys know that
Sup,
band
Denvils?
Denville's Blood?
What's up, Denville?
Hey, dogs. Yeah, sup, Den Wolves.
All right, Julian, why'd you want to pick this album?
Bring us home, dude.
All right, so
What album are we
this
doing?
album's worth talking about because it's good and I like it. No, Order from Chaos, I think. So people talk about. It's funny because I listened to them back to back amongst a lot of the other
You
main,
forgot to open
like,
with "It's Crushing."
oh, true. It's crushing. Yeah. So
I feel better now.
okay, so I was listening to it alongside a lot of the other classic like early Black Death kind of stuff, like your fucking Sadistic Execution, Profanatica, Blasphemy, Beherit, etc., Sarcophago, and I was like, this band stands out because they were like technical but still like true metal. Uh, Interesting how that works out, but because I don't know, I think this band was ahead of their time. A lot of the Canadian bands, which I mean, it makes sense because Pete Helmkamp was later in Revenge, but Revenge isn't really technical. But that's neither here nor there. Order from Chaos were like just different, and no one really talks about them besides, I guess, maybe Nuclear War Now, when they did like those reissues or whatever. But like, this band is interesting and unique and just like super cool, and I think that this album in particular, I mean, all three of them are very good, but this one in particular is worth like delving into and kind of tearing apart and analyzing, because you could tell that like every single aspect of this band, from like the aesthetic to the lyrics to the like the little minute details of the instrumentation, were all like completely intentional, and there was a lot of thought put into it, and you could see that in the quality of the actual music. And yeah, I think that's worth going over for that reason. And it's just a sick album on top of all that, too.
Yeah, I'll say this album is fundamental, dysfunctional, monumental, incredible. That was my second bit. Here all night.
I thought you were gonna say a little dysfunctional, don't you know?
Don't channel.
It's a little dysfunctional, don't you know?
But Fred, why don't you get into it? I know you have.
Fred brought out his fucking entire collection. We saw a picture of it.
Yeah.
What can you say? What can you say about Order from Chaos?
It's hard, right? Because they're so influential, but they also never
hard.
really got copied. Bands tried, but like they couldn't duplicate the sound. And to me, the closest is probably Sacramentary Abolishment, just because they have that same sort of feel to it. But I don't know how to describe it, but I find that Order from Chaos, especially on Stillbirth, has this like bouncy sound to it, if that makes any sense. It's really twangy.
Yeah.
And I find that no other band has really done that. I think the one album that I heard that made me go, oh, you know what? This kind of reminds me of Order from Chaos, was Black Earth from Satanas. I found that one actually kind of, it doesn't have the same level of technicality, but it had that same kind of production and kind of bounciness to it. So that's really the only albums that made me think, Order from Chaos. But I have a hard time picking a favorite between Stillbirth and Dawnbringer. They're both really, really good. But yeah, we'll get into more details once the tracks go on. But I did pull out my Order from Chaos collection because I'm a nerd, but it's far from complete. It's just my little things to make me feel better.
Fred is fucking awesome.
Awesome.
Well, the really awesome
lukewarm
was
coffee.
The LP on Decapitated they got a few months ago. Like, that was a fucking awesome find on fucking Craigslist of all. No, on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, next thing you know, Fred's just gonna be finding things at garage sales.
That'd be sick.
I think the best I've ever found at a garage sale is Iron Maiden on LP. No, I found a King Diamond CD.
There you go.
As good as I got at garage sales.
Yeah, I'll say, initially coming into this, I was on the same boat with you guys of like, oh, I'm not really hearing anyone that sounds like this, but I hear more and more now that I'm like actually listening for what sort of makes this band unique. And I know Dan knows this band, Darth Vader's Church, the first album, Descendant Upheaval. That one sounds like Stillbirth Machine. And the third Nuclear Death album, All Creatures, Grey and Eden, sounds like nuclear. Sounds like Order from Chaos too. But the thing with Nuclear Death is they'll go more into like, grindy stuff and have blast beats where there's like not any blast beats, not any like slop grind riffs going on. It's all just mainly true, just like thrash metal. Because I know what Chuck said, that it was like mainly like Exodus and like this other just like thrash metal that was like a huge influence on his writing. And it seems like the way that the drummer is able to like syncopate with all these riffs all within just a mid-tempo pace is what makes it really, really unique, because it's bouncy, not in only interchanging like 2 or 3 beats. It's all tailored to each part of the riff at any given point. And I think Pete's vocals, the way that they're just like kind of just spit like so quickly and audibly, kind of gives it that sort of distinct identity from the growling death metal or even screeching black metal vocals. And kind of Nuclear Death has that style, as well as Darth Vader's Church, if you guys listen to those ones. And I know we were talking earlier in the chat about like Voivod, like early Voivod being like probably a big influence on this record. And
Absolutely.
what's funny too is like I see a resemblance in kind of themes where it's, with all the bands I've mentioned so far, it's like a weird twisted Mad Max sort of sci-fi edge to them, with like
Carnivore style as well, or at least
yeah,
thematically.
yeah, with like Nuclear Death being like the Cannibal Tribe or something, and then DVC is like a little nerdier, and then you got Order from Chaos, riding the bikes, and Voivod rolling in the tanks.
Yeah, rolling in the tanks. They even have that picture of that little character in the tank.
Yeah, and I think that sort of like like is more established and kind of expanded upon when you get to like Sacramentary Abolishment, where they go down in records saying to not be influenced by this stuff. But just with the sort of themes with going into like sci-fi stories and stuff, it kind of warrants the music being a little bit technical and futuristic, not in like adding electronics or something to it, just played in like a juxtaposition of being primitive but like also in like a technical way. I think all those bands have that in common. And then what else was I gonna say? I think that was about it until we get into the songs. But what do you guys think about all that?
Have some
I think
notes.
one
You
band
go
that
first.
I don't realize much until I don't really think about it, that reminds me a lot of Order from Chaos. And I don't think like one influenced the other, because they're pretty contemporary. But Disciples of Power from Canada, especially on their first like 3 albums, maybe 4, because the last one was kind of off kilter. But they also have that kind of weird, again, bounciness to them, kind of a ominous sort of sci-fi kind of approach too. So I don't know. It's a random thought of mine.
Yeah, and it seems like the 3 bands I've mentioned, besides not excluding Voivod here, it's like Nuclear Death, DVC, and OFC. They're all like from the U.S. and they have this weird sort of kind of blend of metal in there, where it all kind of, well, especially with like Orphan Chaos sounding more like a war metal adjacent, with like bands like Sadistic Execution. And I know I was listening to this today because I got reminded, because I got shipped the new Hate Wave CD and shirt. So I listened to the demo again today, and I was like, wow, this actually does remind me a bit of Order from Chaos and how it's like more war adjacent too. And that's what kind of got me spiraling down into like Nuclear Death and DVC, because I remember Weasel talking about being influenced by like all three of those bands. So I was like, oh, it sounds like they were all in the same water. I don't know about necessarily listening to each other. I know they're all pretty spread apart from the States. But anyway, Julian, your notes?
Most of these are about, like, I guess these would make sense to talk about after we actually listen to the songs, but the most interesting thing about this album to me is it's super chaotic. There's barely, if any at all, like,
There's like
they never really blast.
Yeah, there's like no order. Just
No,
chaos.
sure, there's no order. All chaos, no order. No, there's never any, like, parts where they just, like, go into, like, a blast beat section. And, like, the album is about the same tempo for most of the pace through, or most of the way through. They generally just kind of have this, like, it's like slightly faster than mid pace, but with this like head first kind of charge to it that's brought by the drumming. I think the drumming is actually one of the most interesting aspects of this album.
Yeah, it has like hiccups in tempo where it doesn't like fully commit, but then it comes right back into being, the mid pace that it kind of thrives in.
It's a really good walking album. If you're like walking around while listening to this, it's the perfect pace for that. It's really funny.
This
The
is
dude's walking
it puts a
pace
pep
should
in your
use an
step.
Order from Chaos.
It does,
song.
yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Or just imagine the dude's walking on the Instagram page, and then you're you know what I mean?
We'll make a parody on the Bunsen burner. It'll be like Julian and Mo walking, and then we'll put Order from Chaos.
That's funny because one time
Walking up and down the shop.
That's funny because one time for an Anthropomancy part, I wanted to do something reminiscent of an Order from Chaos part, and I tried explaining like the way the drums were supposed to sound to Mo, and he was just like, "What do I play?" So like such a strange groove to describe, but it's like very bouncy. It's really weird.
Yeah, so syncopate the snare and the kick with these notes right here, and then loop that
Basically.
pattern around.
I just give my phone to Paul like with a song like already ready to go, and I'm like, "Here, steal this drum beat."
Yeah, I gotta do that more.
Yeah. You can steal drum beats, that's fine. Can't steal guitar riffs.
You can still guitars if you change it enough to where you wouldn't recognize it.
You can't steal it. You can be influenced by it, but you can't steal it.
But
Is that I remember from James showed me something. I'm like, that's a fucking Edge of Sanity riff, straight up. He goes, "It was just too good." I'm like, brother.
Too good.
you got me.
William Cuck chair at the fucking Dodger game. With my Miche.
And your drink. No.
Yeah, well, that's. Oh!
Julian or Dan, what are your thoughts on this? I don't think you got to speak about it yet.
No, I didn't use my speaking voice yet.
There it is.
Dan has the talking stick.
I have the talking stick. I have a straw from KFC in my hand. That's the talking stick.
Excellent work.
Very good.
This was not exactly a class. Well, I guess it is now. I've known this band for a long time at this point. But it was a little bit late for me when I actually first heard this. I was probably, I don't know, 18 or 19 when no. You know what? I think I actually heard of this band for the first time when I was like a senior in high school. This was back when bookstores were still a thing. Was it Borders? Is that the one that closed that was by the mall? Either way, I went to a bookstore. I never bought magazines. Like, rarely did I buy up-to-date magazines. But they had an issue of Terrorizer. And they had one that was called The Secret History of Death Metal or something. And it was all just kind of like 90s death metal junk in there, kind of going through it. And then at the very end of the thing, they had a top 50 list of the greatest death metal albums. And in that list was Order from Chaos, Stillbirth Machine. And I didn't know what the fuck that was. And I remember talking to Angel about it. And I don't know how real this story is. He's like, yeah, I saw Order from Chaos here in LA. He goes, there was like 3 people there, fool. I'm like, okay. Sounds cold, dude. I didn't know who that was. Apparently I knew who Pete Helmkamp was because I liked I believe the album is called Exterminate by Angel
Oh,
Corpse.
Angel Corpse.
Yeah.
I liked that. So I knew him. So that voice sort of resonated with me. I always thought it was super interesting on the Angel Corpse stuff. I never realized that Angel Corpse was as big as they were. I've talked to you guys about that. Like, you like a band and you're like, yeah, this is underground. And you're like, oh, everyone knows. I didn't know that.
You know what's
Like, I
weird
thought it was really
is-
cool in high school. I didn't know everybody already knew who Death in June was. I thought it was really cool.
You know what's weird is I knew Pete Helmkamp was in Revenge, and I discovered Order from Chaos after Revenge, but I already was listening to Angel Corpse like casually a little bit, but wasn't aware of the fact that that was also Pete Helmkamp until like a little later.
Same.
It was weird.
Yeah, but
It's kind of the opposite for me. Like I learned about Order from Chaos first, and I loved them. And for the longest time, I refused to listen to Angel Corpse because I figured there's no way it can be as good as Order from Chaos. And I mean, I was right. Angel Corpse isn't as good as Order from Chaos, but they're still fucking great.
Yeah, big mistake, buddy.
I like them
man, I
now.
love it when Paul calls out the Fred.
I like them now. Stop it.
I love doing that. Sorry. Anyways, I guess I could say it feels to me that vocally, Pete Helmkamp kind of influenced a lot of what was to come in like the Black Death genre. I think of Abominator from Australia. I think of Black Witchery, and even like Fred said, Sacramentary Abolishment and Axis of Advance. Because I feel like it's hard to hear some of those bands and be like, oh, they're trying to do a Helmkamp impression. That's what it sounds like to me, at least.
Vocally, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. As far as what they're doing musically, I forget where I saw an interview from with Chuck. He was talking about the fact that they never really saw themselves as like in the death metal scene. They didn't really see themselves as a death metal band. He said all their influences were like thrash, Sodom, Living Death. He said he liked a lot. He even mentioned Holy Terror. I forget who else he was saying.
Exodus, Bonded by Blood.
Sure, yeah. It's just a lot of like thrash stuff, but it comes out sounding like this. And honestly, I feel like you can see that. I mean, we talked about Voivod. That has some pretty close like little inklings in there. And what I can say too, I like their look on that picture on Metal Archives. You got Pete. He's got that like German fucking Deutschland patch, and then the other dude, the drummer, has the fucking Totenkopf. That's a good look. Order from Chaos, beautifully. I guess if there's another band that I can think of that, or a couple other bands that I can think of that were like kind of in the same place, considered death metal bands in the early '90s, but they really kind of sound like thrash bands at the heart of it. They're just too extreme.
Sadistic Execution.
Sure, I guess. I was thinking I was thinking a little bit. I was thinking a little bit more on the experimental side. I know Sadistic Execution is experimental, but Impurator from Poland.
We're experimental. Fuck you.
Yeah, The Time Before Time. If any of you guys are familiar with that one, 1991.
Love it.
Yeah, that's it's thrash, but it's basically death metal. It's as extreme. Oh, also Grafspy from Uruguay.
Yes.
It's death
Vocals
metal,
on-
but
Vocals on
it's,
Reincarnation are fucking nuts.
it's a nuts album. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on, and I feel like Order from Chaos is that way too. It goes because there's a lot of like intro riffs in this thing. There's a lot of two counted stuff, a lot of legitimate technical kind of wacky shit.
And also something that a lot of bands kind of don't take from this sort of music is there's like a lot of like build up sections that are just like instrumental. Like I know bands like Manicore do that a lot, and then the ones I've also mentioned like Nuclear Death and DVC, they do a lot of that like building up sections, but it seems like it's like a forgotten form almost.
The build-up section.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like we've covered some ground here as an intro. How about we get into a song and really see what's going on in there?
All right. I think it'd
All
probably
right.
be best to start with the first song on the album. What is it? The Edge of Forever.
The Edge of Forever.
Had to double check.
All right, we made it back, all in one piece, but at different times. Clicked on
Yeah,
the wrong
Aging forever.
separate videos. Yeah, edging forever.
I think it's really funny. I wonder if it was intentional or not that they end the song by saying forever and they repeat the same riff over and over and then it just fades out.
It's thematic. I could see it.
Yeah,
It's cool. It's cool. I think like the moment around the beginning of the song after, they kind of establish things instrumentally when Pete Helmkamp starts actually doing vocals over that like really bouncy kind of mid-paced like stomp. That tells you, like, that moment just shows you everything you need to know about the sound about this band, because it's catchy, but it's like technical and kind of almost confusing. But just
It's confusing.
The pulse of the song never like stops. The vocals, when they do cut out, like come back in very soon right after. Every instrument is doing something busy at the same time, and there's so much to listen to with this. Like, something about every song on this album, honestly, is like, out of all the songs on this album, this is the only one I feel that's like immediately memorable. But like, you could listen to any song on this over and over and just pay attention to like one instrument, like just the vocals or just the drums or just the guitar, and you'll have a different experience every time because there's just like so much going on.
Everything
But they never hit
is very good.
Yeah, but they like never hit like a blast beat, which is like really interesting. Like I said earlier.
They didn't give a fuck about death metal. They weren't that kind of band.
Yeah. I also love how like this band has the very like war metal adjacent, like kind of martial sort of sound to them, but they're technical and busy at the same time, because usually stuff that's like kind of martial sounding is really like dumb. But Order from Chaos is like actually technical, but still maintains that same type of attitude, which is something I really love about them.
that's
I think they were one of the first bands to have that kind of sound, besides, I guess, Blasphemy. Something that's interesting also, I wrote this as a note. The intro, I don't know if it's on any of the the YouTube uploads of this. It might be, because we all ended up on different fucking timestamps at the end. But there's an intro that's taken from 2001: A Space Odyssey, and it's like 2
where it's like,
minutes long.
oh!
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes long on like the LP, but like on YouTube, it kind of just goes right into it.
I think the one Paul and I were listening to was that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
When the song kicks in with that to Julian's point about this being one of the most immediately memorable ones, I think that's in large part just that the opening gallop that just kicks in.
Yeah,
How do you top that?
Yeah, it's a hell of a way to open the album too. The bam, bam, that like quick little thing, ding, 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 and then.
I love how shreddy the guitars are, and there will be like random, like kind of wanky, like almost not dive bomb, but like kind of whammy fuckery sounds
Like,
here and there. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chuck said he wasn't happy with this guitar tone that they had. I think it's great. It's fucking absurdly heavy.
I think that's the most like, I don't really like how like there's like a Metallum review of this where someone says like they just refer to this band as like a death metal band, which we were just talking about earlier, but like I think the most death metal thing about this album is the guitar tone. Like, it's very like HM2, like fuzzy sounding.
Death metal guitar tones are fucking cool.
Oh, of course.
But I could see why they might not be satisfied with it, because it is kind of like a thin, gnarly kind of sound.
I feel like it's not thin. I feel like it's the opposite. Like, it's cranked so far in the heavy that it becomes thin, if that makes sense.
I mean, that winds up being thin, doesn't it?
But a little bit, a little bit. I still feel like it's got a big sound to it.
It's like Deuce Bigalow. It's thin.
I know. Like, I'm just saying, like, as much as I like the guitar tone, because that's what I've always. I mean, like, I heard the album and I loved it right from the get-go, so it never bothered me. But I could see why that might not. It might not have been what they wanted. They might have wanted like a thicker, more, I don't know, more Morbid Angel kind of sound, and it didn't quite turn out that way. But I think the way it turned out gave it its unique sound, which.
It's
which
distinct.
Kind of,
it's distinct.
Exactly.
That's why I like the death metal tone.
Yeah.
The guitars on their own are very like thin sounding for sure. Like, whenever there's a break, that's like immediately noticeable. But when like combined with the bass though, it is very like muscular sounding. I think it works fine. It's not my favorite
I
guitar
don't-
tone ever, but it works.
I don't know if I like to call the guitar tone thin. It sounds like overdriven is what it is. Where it's like the whatever it is cranked up so much that it becomes almost like blown out. Yeah, yeah, it's got that feature to it rather than I'd say that rather than the thin sort of descriptor, you know?
I think one of the most interesting things about this song in particular, I mean, it works for, this goes for the rest of the album actually, but it's pretty obvious in this song. I think his vocals create most of the hooks rather than like the actual riffs and instrumentals. Like there's for sure catchy moments, but like you remember the songs mostly by the vocal parts, I think.
They go along with the drumming and the riffs really well. Like they accentuate all of it, and that's why the vocals catch you just as much as the riffs, if not more.
Yeah, I love the way, and it's only with this band. I mean, he does it a little bit with Angel Corpse, but mostly with Order from Chaos because of like the way their rhythms kind of flow. Like he does that like Tom Araya type of thing like constantly, where he like fits like a million syllables into like one short verse, and he just spits them all really fast, and it's like really cool and like catchy, and he kind of dances around the rhythms created with the drums. Something that I think is interesting is, I mean, the drums are busy, but they're not like the fastest drums ever, but the guitars and vocals kind of dance around the thrashy kind of mid-paced drums to where it sounds really busy, and then the drums constantly change and add extra fills and stuff. And it's weird, like the song just kind of keeps churning along at its own kind of steady pace, but there's so much going on. It's not like a million notes a minute necessarily, but the instruments kind of interlock around each other in a way that's not completely syncopated, but is really tight at the same time. Like everything does its own job and covers different ground. It's not like, oh, the drums lay the groundwork for the guitars to syncopate perfectly too. Like everything kind of serves a different purpose in a way that like sounds like it would be counterintuitive, but works very well.
I think the way he spits out the vocals, like you mentioned, he fits in so many syllables in such a short period of time. This is something I get out of Sacramentary Abolishment as well. It makes it feel like he's not. The vocals are almost conversational rather than shouted or screamed, and it makes it feel like it's telling a story, which makes it that much more immersive. And again,
that's great. I always thought that about Helmkamp's vocals, especially on the early Revenge stuff too. Whenever he does chime in on vocals with like his vocals always have this very narrative sort of feel to them. And I think with this band that's even more evident, especially because the lyrics are such a big and important part of this band too.
Dark poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because well, Keller wrote the lyrics to this one, so they have the more sci-fi kind of feel. Like Chuck's lyrics on this are more sci-fi, and then Helmkamp's are more philosophy, like Nietzsche inspired, which I like both. It's like the best of both worlds. So the lyrics are like one of the best parts of this album as well, I think, which is like rare. I never give a shit about lyrics, but you can kind of understand what he's saying in a lot of the parts. That's something I like about his vocals a lot too, is they're like disgusting sounding, but you can actually make out every word, but that doesn't take away from how like gross and like evil they sound.
It's like, ew, what
You
did he
hear
say?
it when he said spiraling.
We heard him say like we stand on something at like the very beginning, and it's like, huh, okay, so
Amen.
we're doing something. You know, it gives you this like instant like picture in your mind.
It's like, ew, what did he say?
Oh.
This band started Wartech.
They really did. There's
No,
nothing.
that
You know
was
what else I
Voivod.
like?
Yeah, you know, Voivod started
True.
Wartech.
I like how the lyrics on this, there's no like corny generic like metal isms. Like they're like pretty big brain, but they never say any corny like combinations of words to where you're like, oh yeah, these are like death metal or black metal lyrics. Like
Now
the
we
opening
using
line-
like perpetual.
yeah, it's like the opening verse. It's like we stand on a constant threshold of a quantum hierarchy, universal and pure. But I can only imagine like reading that compared to other shit that was out at the time, when this came out in like '92.
That's the lyrics, but the dude's got like totem cough and shit on his jacket.
Yeah, that's fire. Just
yeah. See, that's war
you,
tech,
like
dude.
you could, well, yeah, you know what I mean. Like you could tell these guys were really fucking into like everything about it. You know, it's a very calculated band.
These are I'm starting to. These are the best bands, the ones that are kind of I don't want to say sci-fi totally, but definitely that like futuristic idea there. I love that.
Yeah, like there's a lot of personality to this band. You could tell they put like their whole like heart and soul into like they combined all the. This is one of my favorite things in music in general is like combining the things that you like, and like putting that into kind of your aesthetic and lyrics and stuff. But like you could tell these guys like
Covering it with goo and calling it a day.
True. You could tell these guys like lived like everything they fucking write about in the sense that like you know fucking Chuck was really into sci-fi and I've read about that in like interviews. You have like the 2001: A Space Odyssey album intro, so it's like cool and nerdy. But like, then you have Helmkamp who's really into this like Nietzsche-esque sort of philosophy and writes about like the will to power and like dominating and sort of advancing forward and stuff like that.
Sci-fi will to power is the coolest thing ever.
Exactly, yeah. It's like you get the best of both worlds, and you could tell they put like 100% of their like brain power and creativity into this.
I will say too that guitar tone really helps it. It helps keep everything glued together. Like it helps it feel like one cohesive piece throughout the album. And same thing with Helmkamp.
Nice sound.
Yeah, same thing with Helmkamp's vocals too. They're really like, how would you say? They don't have that much dynamic in them. It's kind of he does one thing and that's what he does. But that kind of again that sort of keeps the cohesion in with this thing. And I feel like with those elements, it makes it feel like kind of robotic in a cool ass way, like a clanky, dirty fucking robot. Like that's a great name for the album, Stillbirth Machine. Even look at the fucking the logo. Like it looks like machinery, the chaos part.
Yeah.
Machinery with the fucking security spikes.
I wonder if someone came up with the chaos first and they put order from after. That reminds me of I don't know, like so
Intruder
no one
alert.
should quote me on this. I know that like Black Witchery, they originally were just called Witchery, and then they found out there was another band called that, so they just added black, and you could tell that in their old logo where it's like it's really elaborate Witchery, and then it just says black in Old English like above that. This logo reminds me of that. Like the chaos is really detailed, and they're like, I wonder if they were just called Chaos first, and then they're like, and they added order from. I doubt it, but it'd be funny.
No, I could see it. I mean, same thing with Ancient Wisdom. Like, they were called Ancient first, and like, fuck, we need to add something else. And it's like, just add Wisdom in Old English font at the bottom. It's fine.
Dude, that fucking Ancient Wisdom, that demo with the Minotaur on it, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. But
Where are they from, Sweden?
The Order from Chaos logo, the Chaos part, pure Voivod. Like, pure Voivod.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, notice the spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, notice the spikes on Order from Chaos. Notice the spikes on the first Voivod album. Notice the spikes on Conqueror and Revenge.
Conqueror and
And the second
Notice
Chaos
the
album,
spikes.
too,
Notice the spikes
second Voivod album, too.
on the Galicia soon.
Yeah. I'm down. I don't fuck. Give us some spikes, dude. Spike it up. Go ahead, puddle it up.
Does the Disc Executions logo have? Okay, their logo doesn't really have. Well, it kind of has spikes.
No, but like the ones that we're talking about are like very distinct, rounded spikes.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm looking at. There's different.
Not
versions of their
see.
logo.
There's a difference between a spiky logo and a logo with spikes.
No, if you look up this Disc Execution logo, there are spikes. Like,
No,
it's like,
there's not
Yeah, but
spikes. It's just spiky.
The Order from Chaos and the Voivod logos are kind of like mechanical spikes.
Yes.
Like it's like fucking
that's true.
steamroller with
Yeah,
like
so this
spikes jutting out.
executions looks
That's
like
just
it's
a spiky logo.
like it's kind of like Sawtooth.
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
sawtooth.
Yeah.
It's like Kralazek logo. It's got sawtooth.
Yeah.
Sawtooth cunt.
It's like a-
but
yeah.
look at 1984's Voivod. That's a big piece of metal with spikes, like
Oh, yeah.
spikes on it.
Yeah.
The Voivod and Order from Chaos logos, it looks like if you like stepped on it in a video game, you would die.
Yes.
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 You fall off the screen. You know when you like die and you like fall through.
Yeah, exactly.
That may be the
Oh.
best way I've heard it described ever. If you
Like
touch
fucking
that logo
Earthworm
in a
Jim or
video game,
something.
you would die immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
Got the whole group coughing.
Got the whole squad coughing. Fucking wheezing.
Well, have you guys listened to the other bands that like Chuck was part of, like Vulpecula and obviously Aries Kingdom?
I've listened to Vulpecula. It's been a little while though. I remember it kind of being like slightly psychedelic-ish black metal. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, it's a little more like experimental, but still has like
Atmospheric, I guess.
that like guitar as like the focal point, and it seems like that's like all his projects. It's like mainly guitar focus.
Riffs.
Yeah. And yeah, I guess I saw Order from Chaos just under a different name, Aries Kingdom. It's a different bassist and vocalist, so.
Well, kind of. I mean, it feels like Aries Kingdom was a bit more just like a straight heavy metal band to me.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Well,
Agreed.
when I'm like listening to the rest of the discography from Order from Chaos, it gets closer and closer, especially with like an ending in Fire, to like what Aries Kingdom would become.
Yeah.
Where it's like more and more just kind of mid-pace and not really going anywhere like tempo-wise as much as Stillbirth Machine was doing. And I wonder how much...
Yeah, Stillbirth Machine is like the most wild, I think.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
people have
Festivals.
like their favorites are different with this band, which is a good
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah.
And a lot of people like an ending in Fire, but I think we just like it for different reasons. Order from Chaos, like I like, like their namesake says, like the chaos from this release here,
Yeah, that's what I like too.
and it gets like those other bands I was mentioning, there seemed to be like some kind of weird niche in like American death metal that was like a culmination of like almost like grind and death in a weird way, but like a Terrorizer type of grind, not like a
That's the way I always thought of Darth Vader's church, was kind of Terrorizer-ish.
yeah, not
So it sort of makes sense that
yeah, not like fucking fucking Agathocles or something like that. It's just like Terrorizer type of grind.
Yeah.
And there you go again, little sci-fi. World downfall.
I don't know that was sci-fi. That was more like
Dystopian.
like
Sci-fi.
social
Just
commentary.
Like, yeah.
Maybe. Either way, they had songs about zombies on that and shit, so it's cool.
Yeah. And then the later you go through Order from Chaos, it kind of just sounds like the lines blur between the first couple Aries Kingdom albums, because those ones really stick to a tempo, and it is definitely about the riffs, but becoming more and more like epic and grandiose, especially when you come to like the second album and the fourth one from Aries Kingdom, Incendiary and The Unbearable Dead. Those ones are ones I particularly like, and Return to Dust, of course, too. But I don't think that they have touched this themselves. Still,
Well, or Aries Kingdom is a bit more like Argoslint or something, where it's like that's still just, it's kind of just a heavy metal band with extreme isms, kind of mostly in the vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't go anywhere extreme with like blasting or anything, and
Yeah,
That may-
Argoslint does, but kind of
Yeah.
sticks to the heavy metal thing.
I think that may be due to them keeping the same drummer, Mike,
Yeah,
from Order to
Mhm.
Aries Kingdom, which is interesting. I was trying to look if he had any other bands. It looks like this non-metal one that I'll have to look into.
Serapis,
called?
Yeah. Serapis.
Serapis.
But Julian, do you have another song you wanted to get into?
Yeah, let's do Forsake Me This Mortal Coil. That's probably my favorite.
Are you guys on Reptilian Metal?
We will be,
I am.
and we'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll get on that right now.
Alright, we're back from the Order from Chaos looting sesh. Dan and Julian said there's a million things to take from there because it's a good song.
Oh man, that giant mosh fucking break, that was incredible.
That was sick. Well, I love how the chord rings out. He's still doing the vocals over it. You know, he says the song. He said the thing. You know, he says the song title. and then they hit like a cool chug, and then there's like the mosh part, but it's like a crazy weird mosh part. It isn't just like, oh, they just played the chug. Like they change it after a few repetitions of it really quickly. Another thing I love is when they hit the dun 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 dun, you expect them to go into like a big break or something, but the song just keeps going. Another thing that they do that's similar, that's like one of my favorite parts of the song, is when he says "to the grave" over and over really fast. You expect that, like, that feels like crazy buildup, and you think again it's gonna lead up to a big moment, but it just leads to even more buildup. And like this is like the most hype song on the album. I feel it's so good, and like they something that is on every song on this album. I was gonna say this for The Edge of Forever. They do repeat stuff here and there, but it's always when you least expect it. It's never like at a predictable moment. Although, actually, maybe later into the album, because on like on Blood and Thunder, there's a chorus that becomes a little predictable. But like, Forsake Me This Mortal Coil, specifically, like the stuff that does repeat in this song, it's always kind of like catching you off guard. There's just so many sick moments in this song, and right when you think it's gonna end, it just keeps going with another fucking sick part. Like this is the best song on the album for sure. I mean, even the song
that middle section
cool.
was awesome. It was
It's
funny.
so good.
I almost started laughing because it's like I'm listening to this really catchy ass little part that you can probably dance to, and I'm kind of like bopping around in my chair, and you hear the vocals, and there's like just nasty as fuck, and there's the pitch shifters behind it, and then you look at the album cover, it's like these fucked up aliens, one's getting fucked in the ass. It's like,
I was gonna say
man.
that the
it's just
the vocal
it's
effects,
so gnarly but so catchy, and it's like, oh man, it's so great.
Yeah, it gets like really like fucked, and then you get to that point. It's like, okay, guys, it's cool. You guys can mosh.
yeah, the vocal effects. Another thing, I think we should steal this for Galicia is, oh, maybe I shouldn't say this on the air, but
off air.
Now you can say it on the air, it doesn't matter.
But when there's a part where there's like a little drum fill on like the snare or something, and there's like a guitar, like fucking like weird whammy bar sound. I mean, I don't think like maybe Raph has a whammy bar and we could just have him do it. Or
We got a
some
whammy
sort of
bar. We
crazy-
can throw that in.
One of his million is a guitarist. He has to have a whammy
Yeah.
bar.
I have a
We
guitar
need-
with a whammy bar.
We need a crazy like guitar noise over like a drum fill that lasts like 2 seconds. Like it doesn't have to be like a dedicated moment where it's like it has to be like just shoved in the middle of something and it kind of passes by really quick, because that part was fucking badass. I love that.
We're not aiming for let's get this album done. It's like we
Yeah.
aim for perfection. So it's like all these little notes that we have to write down and make sure to check off what we do, or like what we need to do. I don't want to forget anything. Stink.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it there because we gotta write this album. I'm just kidding.
I'll meet you at the show.
It's about 9:30. We can head out at 11.
Yeah. Anything Fred or Paul wants to say about this track before we move on?
For me, it's that transition when you think the song's over and it just comes back twice as hard. Just absolutely like slams you into the wall. Pete's vocals on this, especially when he's yelling the title of the song, it's one of the few, well, not few, but definitely one of the most intense vocal parts of the album, because we mentioned before how it feels very conversational. It doesn't really feel like it's being screamed at you, but that one, especially when the a majority of the instrumentation cuts out, it really does feel more scream than the rest of the album. So
Yeah,
that's
it felt
a
really
really cool
intense.
emphasis on the vocals on that.
Yeah,
Like
it feels
like
like
Julian
he's-
said, this is a very vocal driven album.
Yeah, it feels like he's making like a big like declaration at that part, and that's like right before they hit the cool riff.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting
Weird-
drum beats on this too. Like right after that thrash thing came in, like
Yeah,
not sure what you call those kinds of beats, but they're definitely interesting.
it's like
they're
it's
kind
like
of thrashy but weirder.
it's like modified Powerpuff Girl beats, pretty much.
Yeah, it's weird. It like this album almost goes from like heavy metal voivod kind of thing to a sort of progressive kind of idea without being like
Well, yeah,
like, quote unquote a progressive like genre style.
yeah, it's so down to earth, but you know, its heads are, you know, it's like looking up in the clouds, but you know, it's not stuck there, because
Yeah,
a
well,
lot of their ideas are very big, but the way that they kind of minimize them in the amount of times that they play them and how quickly they play them
Yeah.
is what makes it feel so grounded.
Yeah, and it's so cool that like a band like this exists where it's like a lot of stop start stuff, a lot of heavy metal isms, and even like the D beat I would call like heavy metal ism.
Mm-hmm.
It's all these ideas that come through, but it never really goes crazy. Even the way like a band from earlier, from like Germany or something, would go crazy. Like this band doesn't. They 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 don't. They just don't do beats like that. They do other kinds of beats. You know,
Yeah.
they'll do like one of those weird jazzy type beats instead of a blast beat or something, and that's like the crazy part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and other bands will
Uh,
just kind of stick with the interchangeable beats or not even think to do something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the,
I'm gonna
the
I'm gonna
drums
stick
don't
with
feel
puffcore.
like the drums don't feel copy and pasted. I saw I think it was a Metallum review. Someone said the drums on this were like punk influenced, which I thought was weird, but I kind of
Well, there's
see it
D
in, like,
beats
the
on it,
bounce. Yeah, I see it in like the bounce.
but there's also other stuff.
I think the general bounciness to it adds this like weird, like intangible type of catchiness where it's like this album is like consistently catchy, but like there's not like a part you could like kind of sing. It just has this kind of rhythm to it that is like instantly recognizable.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
Thrashy,
very
but
weird.
It's
Yeah,
thrashy, but in a very specific kind of way that I don't know if I've really heard from a thrash band almost.
It's nebulous.
Yeah.
it's there aren't many albums you can describe as catchy and labyrinthine at the same time,
Yeah.
but this is one of them.
Yeah, so true. I mean
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
that's that I think that's maybe because of the lack of like speed up parts. It almost has the same, let's just say it almost has the same tempo, even though it changes beats. It does
That's what I was
kind
gonna
of
say.
have the same like, if you had a metronome to this, it would probably work.
That's what I was gonna say. It kind of revolves around the same tempo. I think I said this earlier. Like the album kind of generally is about the same pace all the way through. Maybe they'll speed up for a few seconds for like one part for some like build up or to like exaggerate a certain feel, but it's all generally about the same pace. But it never gets boring because it's constantly changing and evolving.
Yeah. Well, this song too, even in the beginning parts, you can straight up hear like a lot of thrashing riffs. Even though honestly,
Oh yeah,
the way they use the thrash parts, they add way too many notes to a point where it's just smarter than a lot of bands would do.
yeah. The thrash parts don't. It's really weird. The thrashiness of this doesn't feel contrived in like a. Oh,
Well, it
this
doesn't
sounds
even
like
feel
an
like
old school
thrash.
metal
Like you
album.
would have to really listen to it and be like, "Oh, I guess that's kind of a thrash riff."
Well, the sound is thrashy, but it doesn't feel dated like how most things with like any kind of thrash influence do. Like it doesn't sound like, oh, this came out in like the 80s or early 90s.
Oh, no way.
Like
This thing is timeless for sure.
Well,
yeah,
like
like
a good
it's aged well.
a good band that Fred brought up was like Slaughter Lord and stuff, and probably
Oh,
even
yeah, yeah.
Slaughter to that extent too, of like just being
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
extreme, but like with what was available at the time, And I think we were getting
Slaughter
at
was-
that. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I think Slaughter's a little more cheesy with their lyrics.
Yeah.
They definitely are.
For sure.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
But
Yeah.
compared with this band, they also have a really cool guitar tone. So there you go.
Well, this album is like, I think what makes it timeless is it's rooted in old school like, like the guy metal concept we've joked about. It's rooted in old school extreme metal, but it's forward thinking musically at the same time while still staying true to its roots, and that's why it feels like.
I
Like, that's
wasn't
what makes it so good. Like it's like
I wasn't joking, bro.
it's timeless in that, but it feels old school at the same time. But it doesn't sound like if you told me this came out in like I don't know, 2001, like, and I didn't know about it, like I wouldn't doubt any of that.
It doesn't sound dated at all. Like it still sounds forward thinking. It's still it still needs like the dissection kind of mindset to it. It's like it needs to be paid attention to understand
Yeah.
what's going on. And even then, you're always going to probably hear something new because there's just so much in these songs. It's very complex.
There's
Yeah.
almost like a direct pipeline from like this to something like Sacramento. Well, we already talked about how this is like
Yeah.
Sacramento, but I think like Axis kind of reminds me of this even more in some ways.
Yeah, because they have a lot of those build-up instrumental sections that kind of take like a couple of riffs to get through for like a fuller section. It's like a big picture moment like once you get to it. And I was gonna say with this album, it's like it's a pretty like long, like 30 minutes. It's like almost like you're like planking while listening to this with like how much focus you're giving to it, but it's not time is not flying by. It's like you're almost like watching the clock because you're like, I don't know, there's just some sort of like unsettledness behind all the catchiness too. It's like you're enjoying the moment, but you're like have this like existential sort of like thing looming over you while listening to this. At least that's how it is for me.
That's how it is for me too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I feel that too.
Because it's like other albums I could put on 30 minutes. It's like, oh damn, I'm already at the end. But this one, it's like, I think it may have to do with the pace too and the sort of structures. It just kind of keeps
Not rushing through anything. It's kind of, oh man, it's fucked up.
Yeah, it's just really like
It's
it
just
has
how convoluted it is.
Yeah,
There's so many twists and turns and just different directions it takes. Like it's always putting you through something new. It doesn't like really double back on itself to give you that sense of comfort of feeling something you've already heard.
yeah. There's no what's it called, save room in this album.
It's like I was to play onto the video game. I was gonna say this, and then you had to fucking say that, Paul. I was gonna say this album.
Everybody
is like,
start coughing instead of laughing.
everything's about video games, bro.
Bro,
I was
that
gonna
whole
say this
squad
album.
coughing.
True. I was gonna say this album's like a fucking bullet hell almost, with how like there's never a moment to rest. Really. Whoops! I accidentally muted. There's never a moment to like really rest throughout this whole album.
You rested when you said rest.
Yeah, they got me. That was big BDM. They intercepted this for a second.
Little BDM.
You know,
Little BDM.
It's funny. While we're talking, I pulled out the thanks list on the LP, and one is actually there's two that really stick out to me. One of them because it's just fucking weird, and that one's they specifically thank Mortis from Emperor. What a weird segue, but they call out Holocausto, and thinking about it, Campo de Exterminio. That makes so much sense. That makes so much fucking sense.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
They've got some, like a lot of ones I'd expect to see on here. Like they've got Stefan Necrobisius, like that. That makes sense. Fucking Mika Lutunen from Impaled Nazarene. That makes sense too. But Holocaust, I wouldn't have like pulled that out from anywhere. But like thinking, just pulling the name off the page and thinking about it, it makes perfect sense. Absolute perfect sense. The sound on it, the riffing style, like perfect sense.
Yeah, it's almost like the other end of the spectrum where it's like this band kind of becomes death metal by just proxy of how extreme it is, and that band kind of does the same thing, becomes black or death metal because of how extreme it is.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where some of the Brazilian bands that sounded really fucked up were coming from. It's like this race to be the fastest thrash, the most like insane thrash band. And so you get Holocausto doing what they did, really fucked up. Like I think they were unintentionally convoluted just because the riffs were really weird and it almost sounded like they could barely play them.
Yeah, I could see
This
that.
is a talking point I was gonna bring up. With a lot of Black Death stuff, there's a lot of times where people are like, okay, what is black metal about this? And like I always have a hard time like pinning it down, like, and I feel like it's mainly like the attitude of the extremity of the music. With most war metal, it's kind of like that. People be like, this isn't really black metal, it's just like grind or something. But there's more to it than that. Like, it's latent in like the timbre of the drumming and guitars and vocals, but also just like the general attitude and like vibe of the music. And I feel like that's apparent here because, yeah, like by proxy, you could say it's death metal because of how technical and extreme it is. But like, I know some people will argue like lyrics don't make genre, but I think with like the lyrics and like the way his vocals are too, and also just the kind of general like thrash influence and like the riffing, um, like it feels more in black metal in like a first wave, like American kind of way, almost like in spirit.
Sure,
Uh,
it could be either.
yeah, like it feels black metal like in spirit, but obviously it doesn't have like I don't know, like battery riffs or anything like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pete,
well, I mean,
Pete
oh,
isn't.
go ahead, Paul.
I was gonna say Pete isn't going Satan, Satan.
Yeah,
He's not
well,
going
that's
dark
true,
funeral on
but
us.
I feel like even the more like philosophy focused lyrics, like I mean, there's death metal bands that are about stuff like that, but I feel like that's more of a black metal thing and like attitude
Yeah,
than it is death metal.
I mean, it's got they have kind of the same influences, Order from Chaos, and let's just say like Norwegian black metal. It's like, okay, if Holocausta was there, I think the guys from Norway were probably listening to Volcano and Sarcophago and stuff anyways. So
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
I think by proxy it just they're very very different scenes. It's like a Norwegian like early Mayhem versus Order from Chaos. It's like very different sounds, but you're kind of they have the same, they all have the same influences, or at least like they're listening to some of the same stuff. You just get to a different place and maybe have like a completely different outcome from some of these things, which is interesting.
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that idea.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
a really random note about Holocausto. I always found the sound on the album a little disappointing. But
The
there's
first
a
album?
bootleg. Yeah. I don't know why. At the time, I think it's grown on me, but when I first heard it, it kind of struck me as just a bit off. But there's a bootleg of them playing live in '87, called The True Apocalypse. Um, they basically play the entire album front to back. It sounds amazing. Like at the time, I liked it more than the album. So worth checking out.
That's not a live video. That's just a live album.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I have it on CD. If there's a video that goes along with it that can be found on YouTube, I have no idea, but that'd
What
be
what
really
is it
cool if
called?
there is. It's called The True Apocalypse.
The True Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's
that
see,
band
like,
is really interesting to me. Their riffs are just bizarre.
yeah.
True Apocalypse.
well, another interesting band is Order from
Ouch.
Chaos. Let's get
Who?
to the third song, whichever that one is.
Let's go back a track and let's do Iconoclasm Conquest.
Yeah, I'm down with that one.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back from fangirling. Fuck John, fuck Paul, fuck Ringo, fuck George. It's all about Peter, Charles, and Matthew. All the
They're my
boys,
panties that order from Chaos.
yeah, all the boys are coughing and fainting over them.
Yeah, they're coughing, they're fainting.
Oh yeah.
Pete goes, Pete goes, God, wow! They all start coughing.
Pete coughs really fast. I was gonna say maybe this has the fastest vocals on the album. I mean, like it's the shortest song, but they pack so much into it. It doesn't feel any. If anything, it. Well, I don't know if it's as busy as the other ones. I feel like this is the most repetitive song on the album. It's for sure the most punky and like immediately catchy, I guess. Although I know earlier I said that part in The Edge of Forever is, but now that I think about it, this song is like probably the most hook laden, and that was for sure intentional because it's like, okay, guys, let's make the short, catchy song that's gonna go after the first two, after we've established the actual sound. And it's a fun, short, little chaotic song. I like there's some syncopated stuff they do with the drums where they do some like kind of hits in the song. That's really cool. His vocals are just like non-stop in this song, and he just goes crazy. Like you start to wonder, like when does he run out of breath? Like it's just super intense vocally, especially. It has a very thrashy, more repetitive type of riff with it. You know.
Yeah, it's like one of the most different riffs that they have. That was like one of the most memorable.
Yeah, it's one of the most like in your face, like instantaneous riffs on the album for sure.
The guitar tone is so overblown that it sounds like when you chew on cheese curds, that squeaking sound.
Yeah. That's
I think it's one of the most like different sounding songs on the album, but it's no less good than the rest of it for sure.
Less good.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
a weird way
say
of phrasing that.
for the
But you know what I
drums,
mean.
I really enjoy the two different types of tail ends he has for this second riff. I think it was like cymbal punches, and then he would do like snare roll on the B side of the tail end, and it's like a lot of patterns like that you'll find throughout his drumming. Like in the first song that we sampled, there was this tom sort of breakdown that was going on. He was like do 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 do. That was like really sick, and then we find like the beat that was like in the second song that we had. There's just a lot of really creative stuff that you can do in here that without blasting, without sticking to like a tupa beat or the skank beat you get from thrash. And he's not doing any like really wanky drumming either, like you'd find in like Cynic or like Later Death or even Gore Guts. It doesn't get to like a sort of professionalism type of or professionalist type of drumming performance. It's very amateurish, but really like that doesn't mean it's not good, it's just like thought of in a different way that kind of makes it even more extreme, I think, rather than having sort of control over what you're doing. It's like giving it your all.
It's too dirty for that.
Yeah. This is this is street. This is
fuck.
speed.
This is like Comet. It's not straight, but it's like Asteroid.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like fucking Horsehead Nebula. I don't know.
Anti-gravity vortex.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I think this probably makes sense too. I feel like when it comes to these really chaotic, very in control, dirty, kind of like rough around the edges metal albums. These are the most like artistic ones. I feel like the ones that are most confusing to like unseasoned people and also people who like you mentioned, Paul, like say a guy who listens to like Cynic or Gorguts or like Opeth for that matter. You know,
Yeah.
somebody like the mainstream death metal
Why would you do
brothers
that?
where they're like, oh, this isn't musically correct. I don't get it, Dick. What's going on, Dick? It's like, well, dude, it's like, dude, you don't understand art. You know what I mean? Like, this is true art.
You're a fucking
I
idiot,
hate
dude.
I hate to say that. I hate to say that, but it's like I'm not talking about them specifically, but people
You're
like that.
fucking know nothing, Drew. No, just kidding.
This makes me want to kick the door in on an Opeth listening party and start blasting Order from Chaos and
Oh.
seeing their heads explode.
Fred's like forever.
You just kicked the door open in the crack shack. The Opeth.
Opeth from Chaos.
Opeth from Chaos, yeah. No, but like seriously, for like the Yingmi Malmsteen kind of guys, shredder guys, unseasoned people, like this is like just look at the guys, look at what this is. It's fucked, but it's like beautiful art, dude. It's like you either get it or you don't. Fucking gayoid.
Yeah, any concluding thoughts for either of you guys? I think Dan just proved his point.
Yeah.
On the song or
mean-
the album as a whole?
The album, bro.
I feel like I've said everything
Say it again.
I feel like I've said everything I already could, but
Say it
like
again with different words.
rephrase it. I think that like again, this is like ahead of its time, but even then, like I can't think of anything that has like replicated this type of technicality.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Like,
have we come to that time that it was ahead of yet?
No, we haven't. Fred mentioned earlier, he said there was a band that got close. I don't even remember what band he said.
I think like the most immediate band that makes me think of Order from Chaos is Sacramentary Embellishment. Even if they don't nail the bounciness, they will go a lot more war metal with it. But the one album that made me think, oh, this sounds like Order from Chaos was Black Earth from Satanas.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Scope it
I'll have
out.
to
Let
check
me know
that
if
out
I'm
again.
crazy or not. But that's
Okay.
You're crazy for
That's
Satanas,
uploaded on
for
the
sure.
that's uploaded here on the Big Billy Strikes Back YouTube channel. It's in there somewhere. Look for it.
wasn't it
Courtesy of
the Dark
Fred.
Heavens?
Yes. Yeah, you sent me the rip.
Yeah, but Black Earth, that's not on our channel.
Oh, it's not?
No, I sent Thy Dark Heavens.
Right.
Black Earth was already on YouTube.
It's on Dark Art Metal channel.
The Dark Arts.
Yep.
Like fucking Snape's
Dark.
class, the Dark Arts.
The Dark Arts.
Order from Chaos.
Order from Chaos Potter.
I was gonna say this album is ahead of its
Stillbirth
time.
Machine Potter. You
It's
wish.
technical.
But you know what? That's the point, though. Thy Dark Heavens also makes me think of Order from Chaos. So either one works. Just try one of those two.
This album is technical in its own way, and it has a lot of personality. What Dan just said about it being like really artistic, I think is true. Because like I said, every aspect of this album, there's obviously a lot of attention put into. I think I like it more than most of the other things that El Camp has done. What is going on?
Dan got
so
the squad
dumb.
laughing.
It was a Harry Potter reference. It was really stupid.
Beyond
I said
topics.
No, I-
Stillbirth Machine Potter.
No, I got that, but
You
I thought
wish.
something else happened. Like, that was
No,
kinda
it's
funny.
still the same thing. It's still the same
Oh
thing.
my god, bro. Oh, you got me coughing again.
Oh shit, bro, you got me confident.
Got the whole squad shitting their pants.
True.
Got the whole squad shitting on the carpet.
Order from coughing.
Okay, all right. It's getting a little silly.
All right, as you were saying, little bro.
I think I finished. I think I like this. I was gonna. Oh, that's what I was saying.
You finished?
I
Clean
think I
yourself
like
up.
this. Insane. I think I like this a little more than just about anything else Pete Helmkamp has done, honestly. Like, I like Angel Corpse. I like the early Revenge stuff, although I think of that more as a Jay Reed band for sure. Like, featuring Pete Helmkamp. And then, what else does he have? Like, Abomine and, what's that other band?
He wrote a song for Blasphemy Fogger and performed with them.
Oh, fuck, there's another band he
Garage
has. He has a band with... Yeah, Careless Forest. That band is pretty good, too. But, like, this is for sure...
What did you say, Carrots Forest?
My favorite. Careless Forest or Caress Forest. I don't know how you pronounce it. It starts with a K.
No, Carrots Forest. That's how it is.
Carrots Forest. Yeah.
You fucking suck!